I rem- I remember quite. I think 3 months ago I mentioned talking about leaving the grifters and all of that and all their like ranting media about they just hate everything under the sun. Well, uh, I decided to talk about them again with some new more details about the grifters. Well, how and I will tell you the other video I got exposed to the grifters like Critical Drinker, Mauler, and Heels versus Babyface was uh, mostly Critical Drinker was Joe's. This count named Joe's. He had a bird profile picture on him. He go talk about an hour about Critical Drinker. He broke it all down into pieces more than I could, saying like he hates entertainment and all of that, and like and the rest of it, and but the grifters are still hating on pop culture and entertainment and and Marvel, but but still like Avengers Doomsday thing they're going it's going to be woke. But I'm excited for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars since now I'm starting to get really hyped for the movie and it could probably work out. I know Marvel haven't really been peak over the past couple of years or anything, but I think the new Marvel movies that's coming out worked well. I know, like Fantastic Four, it did really well. Like it was the first time I saw Galactus, but they complained about that and just claimed that they were complaining about Silver Surfer being a woman, which no one really cared about. All they care about now the normal people cared about, and I didn't care about. At least we got a Fantastic Four movie that really made sense because the the other Fantastic Four movies weren't that good at all or anything like that. But they still complained about it. Like, be thankful for something, but they're not thankful for anything. Still, uh, they still haven't changed at all. I don't think they'll never will change or anything because they're into their ideologies and their belief systems. I'm still thinking they're probably a spoiled brat or something as when they were a kid or so. They have been a spoiled brat who just didn't like anything as a kid, who just think 90s movies and 80s movies are better than the 2000s and 2010s movies, which is not true at all. Because there's a lot of 2000s and 2010s movies that are still good, and I still think that. I said in the last video, but there's a lot of 2000 movies I like that I grew up because I grew up in the 2000s. I was born in 99. Throughout the 2000s, I saw all kinds of movies in the 2000s, and especially in the 2010s when I was growing up in my teens and going to my adult years. And like Critical Drinker was hating on Man of Steel, Batman, uh, Deadpool. Like there's kids who like Deadpool, you know, and he made a video about modern audiences. They hate men and all. There was a guy who was like exposing him on that. Uh, I heard I had to write this down and I had to write in my words. Uh, I think like his audience. This one guy was saying like his audience don't pay attention to what he's saying or anything about the culture battle that's going on. I don't think they care about the culture battle that's happening. They don't at all. I think they just don't care about it. All it is just rage bait because they built their audience with most of these groups build their audience with like rage bait people who just don't like anything at all. And I remember I seen a video like he was he was hating on he showed in his clips on They Hate Men on Interstellar, and I really like Interstellar. Interstellar was a 10 out of 10 movie. It was just a groundbreaking movie, and it was a fantastic movie. Best movie I ever seen like this year. To be honest, it was the best movie. It's on top of my list as the top my top 10 best movies. You know, and they were complaining about the new Superman movie that recently came out, and I went to see the new Superman movie. It wasn't woke like they claimed. There was no wokeness, but they're going to complain about it since it came out in 2025. They're just going to rant about it. It should. They just think this. Probably think it should have came out in the 90s. It was impossible to make superhero movies back in the 90s because people back then didn't take superheroes seriously back then because the superhero genre was a joke until like the 2000s came along. I said that in my previous video. It was in that. Anyways, there. Anyways, like these people are just hateful people, and it's been a long time. Haven't really watched any of their videos since like March, and it's August now. It's almost the end of August, and like they still really there's a lot of good. They really still hate anime out there. If they ever found if like Digimon uh, existed, or Digimon existed, or Mobile Suit Gundam existed, they'll probably just hate on it. They'll probably just hate on it or so. And Solo Leveling as well. They'll probably hate on it, saying. But a lot of people, all those fandoms, all those people like anime and stuff. Because back in the past, a lot of people didn't know about the anime stuff in the 90s and 80s. It was like an underground cult scenario. Like, like few people knew about it. That's what I heard. That's what I heard in Chris Stuckman video that I saw back in like a few years ago, which I was looking at his older videos. But I really like anime though. I grew up with anime back when I was a kid, and it really expanded when I was an adult. And the shows I like is Persona. Uh, I like Tanya the Evil, and I like Mobile Suit Gundam. I like Code Geass and Isekai. And eventually, I'm going to see Solo Leveling. I'm going to see the Kaiju 8. I'm going to see all the new anime that's coming out, Dan Dan. But they never the one of them they stood out is they never reviewed this Sinners or anything. This new movie Sinners, probably because black people were in it. I remember like there was another grifter, I guess. He goes by Indy Mayon. He's worse than critical drinker and neurotic combined. He talks about like there's too many Russians criminals in movies, which no one cares about. No one cares about stuff like that at all. That's an insane answer. And claimed that, and he also claimed that Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe shouldn't be Asian. He shouldn't have been trained by Asian people, which is like, you know how wild that is, how nuts that is. These people have really, really insane belief systems. Like, where they get this from? Why they think this way? But well, and all that. But that's all. That's it. I'll see you in the next video.